Welcome to this PACER tutorial. We'll show you how to control the Amplitube 5 software from our PACER MIDI Footswitch controller. Please make sure that you set up PACER for your computer first and that the PACER factory presets are unchanged in the device. You'll find more information about PACER's setup in the user guide and on the PACER support page. We're covering the following topics in this video. Selecting Amplitube presets from PACER. Switching effect modules, tap tempo and wah pedal. Controlling the Amplitube looper. And controlling the Amplitube recorder. PACER's factory presets A1 to A4 are already set up to control Amplitube presets via MIDI. Any Amplitube presets can be set up for selection from PACER, and 20 presets are already pre-assigned in Amplitube's factory default. You'll find the assigned presets by clicking on the main menu icon and then Control. The 20 pre-assigned presets are now displayed. With PACER's presets A1 to A4, you can control a total of 24 presets, so let's fill up the 4 remaining slots. Click on the first unassigned preset, which is slot 21. This opens a selection with all available Amplitube presets. And now select the one you want. That's all. And now repeat the step for memory slots 22 to 24. If you want to, you can of course also swap the presets in slot 1 to 20. Once you're happy, press OK and you're ready. Now your selected Amplitube presets can be switched from PACER's presets A1 to A4. Press and hold PACER's preset switch until the LED starts flashing. Now press switch A and then switch 1. This loads PACER preset A1. Now you can select Amplitube's first 6 presets from switches 1 to 6. The 4 additional Amplitube presets we've set up on slot 21 through 24 can be selected with preset A4. Select A4 by holding down the preset switch again, and then press the switches A and 4. Now switches 3 to 6 call up the Amplitube presets 21 to 24. Now let me show you how to control your virtual pedal board by switching individual Amplitube effect modules directly from PACER. For this, I've prepared a setup in Amplitube with different effects modules in the signal path that will now set up for control from PACER. Here's my setup. PACER switch 1 will be used to turn the overscream on and off. Switch 2 will control the OCD overdrive. PACER switch 3 the chorus, and switch 4 will be assigned to turn delay 1 and 2 on and off simultaneously. To do this, first select another preset in PACER. Load factory preset C1 11 rec. Press and hold the preset switch on PACER, next press C and then 1. Now you'll need to assign switches 1 to 4 to control the effect modules in the selected Amplitube preset. We'll set that up in Amplitube. Click on the main menu symbol on the right side, then select Control, Control Change, and Preset. All control change data for the current preset is displayed here. And since nothing is set up yet, the list is empty. To assign the required MIDI CC data for parameter control, click on the dialog's Add Switch. This will open a selection menu. First choose the effect module you want to control, then Bypass. Select the command in the list and then click on the Learn field. Amplitube is now waiting for a MIDI signal. Press switch 1 on PACER. Now the switching function is assigned and you can use PACER switch 1 to turn overscream on and off in Amplitube. Repeat these steps with the other switches. I use switch 4 to simultaneously turn both delay modules on or off with one switching command. There's still one flaw with my setup. Currently the LED in PACER's Footswitches only lights up when the effect is switched off. You can change this in Amplitube's control dialog. Swap the minimum and maximum values for all entries. Set minimum to 100% and maximum to 0%. Now PACER's LED lights up when an effect is activated. Of course, you could also program these settings on PACER, but doing this in Amplitube requires fewer steps, speeding things up a bit. Now make sure to save these settings in your Amplitube preset. Click on the Store icon and then Save. Now let's set up switch 5 to control the tap tempo function, so that you can always adjust the delay tempo easily. The tap tempo function is assigned in Amplitube's global settings. Click on the main menu icon and then go to Control, Control Change and Global. Choose tap tempo from the list and click Learn. Finally, assign the switching command by pressing switch 5 on PACER. Now you can tap the tempo with this switch. Let's also change the LED setting for the switch in PACER. It should only light up briefly while the switch is pressed. Turn the data encoder until CTRL is shown in the display. Now press the data encoder and then switch 5, SW5, will appear briefly in the display. Turn the data encoder again until type is displayed and press the data encoder to enter the menu. Now turn it until CCTRG is shown and press to confirm. Next, turn the data encoder until back appears in the display. Press again to confirm. Done. Now the LED only lights up briefly while the switch is pressed. To save your settings in the PACER preset, turn the data encoder until Save appears in the display and press the data encoder 3 times. This setting is now saved in preset memory location C1. Assigning expression pedal functions is also easy. I connected an expression pedal to PACER's EXP1 jack and want to control a wah effect with it. First, I'll have to select a wah pedal in Amplitube's effect menu and drag it to the desired place in the signal chain. I assign the connected expression pedal for wah control by right-clicking or control-clicking on the wah pedal with a mouse and selecting Assign MIDI Wah, Learn Wah in the drop-down menu. Now I move the expression pedal so Amplitube learns and assigns it. Done. The wah effect is now controlled from the expression pedal. Switch 6 is still unassigned. I'll use it for switching the wah effect on and off. This is set in Amplitube's main menu. Click on the main menu icon and select the Control tab, Control Change and Preset. Here you can see the assigned MIDI switching commands for the selected preset. To configure the bypass command for the wah, click on Add. Then select Stomp A1, Slot 1 wah 47, Bypass. Now click on wah 47 Bypass in the list and then on Learn. Finally, press switch 6 on PACER to assign it. Now the wah can be bypassed from switch 6 and controlled with the expression pedal. PACER can send up to 6 MIDI commands with just one switching operation. This allows you to trigger quite complex reconfiguration at the switch of, well, a switch. A simple example. If you'd rather toggle between two overdrive pedals than switching between a clean and an overdrive sound, you can set PACER up accordingly. I'll program that for switch 2. It already activates the OCD pedal, so I just need to add a second command for switching across to the overscream pedal. So each press on switch 2 will change the status of both effects at the same time. When overscream is on, I want the OCD to be off and vice versa. Let's set that up on PACER now. Make sure preset C1 is selected and turn the data encoder until the display shows CTRL. Now press the data encoder and the name for the selected switch is displayed. Right now, SW1 is selected. To program assignments for another switch, select it by simply pressing it. We need to select switch 2. Setup appears as the first settings option. In this menu, you can set if switching commands are triggered simultaneously or one after the other. Press the data encoder and select All, because we want all switching commands to be sent at the same time. To confirm, press the data encoder one more time. Now turn the data encoder once, so the display reads Steps. This is where we'll make the settings for the additional switching commands. Switches 1 to 6 are now used to select each of the individual switching commands. They're called steps. Step 1 is already active and switches the OCD on and off with control change CC50. Now press switch 2 and enter the values for the second switching command. Turn the data encoder until Type appears in the display. Now first press the data encoder and then switch 2. Next, turn until CC Talk is shown. Confirm again by pressing the data encoder. Now turn the data encoder so CC is displayed. Press it one more time and enter the CC number by turning it. That's CC25, Amplitube's default for activating the overscream. Then press again to confirm and turn the data encoder until back appears. Press one more time to confirm. If you now press switch 2, both effects will be switched on and off at the same time. This works now, but you still have to set the alternating switching up. The quickest way to do this is by changing OCD's minimum and maximum values in Amplitube's control dialog. Minimum to 0% and maximum to 100%. Now switch 2 toggles between both overdrives. If you want truly heavy distortion, you can additionally activate overscream with switch 1 when the OCD is switched on. Amplitube's looper lets you control 4 functions via MIDI. On PACER, I want to set up the following assignments. PACER switch 1 will control loop 1, record and play. PACER switch 2, loop 2, record and play. PACER switch 3, the looper's global play. And PACER switch 4 will be set up to turn the looper's metronome on and off. To continue, I first need to select another preset on PACER. I'll pick factory preset C2 KPA. Conveniently, the switches in this preset are assigned to different MIDI control changes than in preset C1. So without requiring any additional setup, there won't be any conflict with the CC messages used for the effect module control in preset C1. How to select a preset on PACER you know by now. Keep the preset switch pressed, then press switch C, and finally switch 2. Next, open the main menu in Amplitube. Select the Control tab, Control Change, and Global. Select Loop 1 and then click on Learn. Now assign the MIDI command by pressing a switch on PACER. Assign switch 1 by pressing it. Next, select Loop 2, click Learn, and press switch 2 on PACER. Continue with Looper Global Play. Click on Learn, and press switch 3 on PACER. And finally, select Looper Metronome. Click Learn and press switch 4 on PACER. You can always see the control change numbers in this list. These commands are global commands in Amplitube and do not have to be saved separately. Just confirm with OK. Unfortunately, Amplitube's recorder does not support complete remote control via MIDI from PACER. You only have access to 3 control functions from PACER: play, record, and rewind. Again, you can assign these functions to any of PACER's switches. First, let's select another preset in PACER. This time preset C3 L6 LOP. Conveniently, also in this preset, the assigned MIDI switching commands are different from the ones used so far. This has the advantage that we won't get in the way of our previous settings. The other 2 presets will still work, and the new preset will control Amplitube's recorder functions. Please open the main menu in Amplitube. Next, select Control, Control Change, and Global. Now select Play in the list and press Learn. Then press switch 1 on PACER. Then select Rec from the list, press Learn, and press switch 2 on PACER. Finally, select Rewind from the list, press Learn, and press switch 3 on PACER. Now the 3 control commands of the recorder can be controlled from PACER. We hope this tutorial has given you some ideas for using PACER with Amplitube. For this tutorial, I have mainly programmed the switching commands in Amplitube, but of course you can also create special setups for your needs. For example, you could combine just the commands that are important to you in a single PACER preset by using only switches 1 to 4 for effect control and buttons 5 and 6 for the recorder's play and record functions, or 3 buttons for effect control and 3 buttons for the looper, and so on. Thanks for watching.